Hello everyone and welcome to Index 0 of my JavaScript coding tutorial. So, to get started, we're going to need two things. We're going to need just the node runtime to interpret our JavaScript so we can actually run our code, and we also need a text editor. So, to get node, you can just search up node install, and then we can just click on the first link, and basically just install it. I'm assuming you're using Windows, so you just click on the installer, it'll download, you click on the installer once it's downloaded, and then it'll have a prompt, and you can walk through that. Be sure that when you reach the step that says, do you want to add node to your path, you want to add node to your path. It'll save you a lot of time and energy in the future. And then now we need a text editor. I'm using NeoVim, but you can use something like Visual Studio Code. Any easy way to get that is, you guessed it, Visual Studio Code install. I spelled that wrong. But anyways, you can go here, and then just download the installer, and then basically just execute it, add it to path if you want, and you should be good. Now, the first thing you want to do is check if Node is installed in your system. So you want to open a terminal instance, and if you don't know how to do that, on Windows it should be with the Windows key and R. It'll show up a little box. You type in CMD, you hit enter, and then it should bring up the command prompt. So Windows R CMD enter. I'm not sure what it's like on Mac, but on Linux you usually have a key binding to do that. You probably know if you're on Linux. So we're gonna check if Node is installed. Type in node-v, hit enter, and it should say something like v17.2.0. You might be on a later version or earlier, or like an earlier version, but anything around this should be fine. So let's write some code real quick. You want to open up a directory. So for instance, cd yt, and then I'm going to make a directory called JavaScript. And you can do this from the File Explorer. So if you open up the File Explorer, you can right click, create a new folder, make a new folder. And then we're going to cd into that folder, and this is where we'll be starting. So you can say touch tutorial.js, and then it should create a new file. Same thing in the File Explorer, you can right click, new file, name it tutorial.js. And if you're using a like a GUI text editor, like Visual Studio Code, you're going to want to open that right now, and then open this file. I'll say something like file, open the file, and then open tutorial.js. Alright, nice. So I'm just going to go with NeoVim tutorial.js. So the most common starting method for learning a bunch of programming languages is just a hello world. And how you do that in JavaScript is you have console.log, and then we're going to have hello world. And then you put a semicolon here. So console is just, the console object. You're going to be logging something to the console, and then you're going to say hello world. And then now, once you have this line written, you can say :w, hit enter. Actually, it's not NeoVim. If you're on Visual Studio Code, you can just hit Control S, and it'll just save the file. Now you want to open up another terminal, and then you want to say cd yt cd javascript, and you can type node tutorial.js, and it'll run the program. So this is how you'll run programs. You type in node, and you type in the file name. So you'll see I changed my directory into yt and javascript. So right now I'm in the directory. You're going to want to do this. So for instance, if your directory is like c like user whatever documents JavaScript, you're going to want to cd into user, you're going to want to cd into documents, and you want to cd into JavaScript. Nice. So that's how you run your first Node program. You can try some more stuff in here, edit some text, open up a new terminal, and then run Node. That's the basics of setting up JavaScript so you can run it, and I'll see you in the next video.